Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Our topic is lipids. After carbohydrates and proteins, this is the third category of the chemical compound present in the living organism, and this is known as the heterogeneous group of the chemical compound because it consists of many different chemical molecules. Collectively they form organic compounds, and they are made up of many, like the fats, the oil, the waxes, which are not soluble in organic solvent and only soluble in inorganic solvent like the acetone, alcohol, and ether, etc. It contains the carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. But here the ratio of oxygen is less and the ratio of the carbon and hydrogen is more, and that is the reason that as compared to carbohydrates, it include or contain more energy than carbohydrates, and they are the main source of the energy for the living organisms. Very important, as we know, that is lipids are the components of the cell membrane. They store energy more as compared to carbohydrate. They act as a chemical messenger, and they act as a waterproofing also, and for the insulation of the different parts of the cell. Now we will come to the classification of the lipids. Lipids are classified into three categories, that is the simple lipids, example of which is acetylglycerol and waxes. Compound lipids consist of phospholipids, glycolipids, and lipoproteins. Simple lipids only consist of the acids and glycerol, while the compound lipids also consist of the phosphate group, carbohydrate combined with the lipids, and protein combined with the lipids. So that is the main difference between the simple and compound lipids. While the derived lipids are those lipid that is the derivatives of the simple and the compounds. Simple and compounds combine, and they form like the terpenes, the steroids, the prostaglandin, and many other derived lipids are present in nature. First of all, we will discuss the simple lipids, that is the acetylglycerol. Acetylglycerol is a simple form of the lipid which is made up of basically an alcohol and an acid. Like here we can see that is methanol alcohol, a form of alcohol, a type of alcohol, and this is ethanoic acid, or a type of acid. When any acid combine with any alcohol, it form an ester linkage. Like we can see the bond between the carbon and the oxygen. This is an ester linkage, and that is why the lipids are known as ester of acid and alcohol. And acetylglycerol is the ester of methanol, and fatty acids are glycerol. So this is the process is known as, or the mechanism is known as esterification. Ester linkage is formed, water is removed from one side, hydrogen from one side, hydroxyl group is removed in the form of the water. Condensation occur, and the two acid and alcohol combine with the ester bonding, and the process is known as esterification. So the formation of the main or the simple lipids is like that one alcohol and one acid combine, and they form the structure of lipids. That is why on hydrolysis, when we hydrolyze the lipid, it will always release one alcohol and one acid. Here now we can discuss the structure of the glycerol. That glycerol is a trihydroxy alcohol. Trihydroxy alcohol mean that the three alcohol, glycerol, and three fatty acids combine with each other, and they form triacylglycerol. 3. If the two acids, one alcohol and one acid combine, it will form only one lipid, glycerol, and this will be known as monoacylglycerol. when the two alcohol and two acid combine, it will form the diacyl glycerol. When here the three alcohol combine with the three fatty acids, it form the 3 triacyl glycerol with the release of the 3 water molecule. So acyl glycerol is the combination of the 3 alcohol fatty acid along with the 3 glycerol. Now, what are fatty acids? What are the properties of fatty acid? Fatty acids are the acids, and they contain carbon, hydrogen along with the carboxylic group at one side and methyl group with the other side. Normally, the different types of fatty acids are given in your book in this table. We can see the different amino acids. These are the different fatty acids, the structural condensed formula, and this is the melting point. Here we can see that when the number of the carbon and hydrogen is less, the melting point is less. When the number of the carbon hydrogen become more, melting point become more. Here also we can see the two categories of the fatty acids. One is saturated and the other one the unsaturated. Saturated means that they have single bond between their carbon hydrogen. One side is carboxylic, one side is methyl, but in the middle carbon hydrogen are combined with each other with a single bond, and they are normally oil or liquid at room temperature. And that mostly these fatty acids are the components of the plant lipid. Unsaturated fatty acids means that they consist double bond in between their hydrocarbons. In the middle of the carbon and hydrogen bonding, some bonds are double covalent bonds, and that is the reason that they are present. They present in the sorry, I do the correction that these unsaturated are present in the form of the liquid at room temperature, while this one is always present in the form of the solid at room temperature. And mostly these fatty acids are present in the animal fats, and these fatty acids are present in the plant fats. That is why plant fats or oil are considered to be more healthy for the human as compared to the animals.